I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We are joined by Rainer. Hi.
Hi, hello.
Hey, please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, my name is Rainer. A lot of people call me Rain or Rainer Falls, and I am an ancient fae storyteller VTuber.
Well, appreciate you coming on. When did you get started doing this?
Oh God, I started doing content creation back during the pandemic, like most people did, but I wasn't like full time by any means. I was honestly just streaming on a 2011 MacBook Pro. And it was Undertale clips and stuff, just playing Undertale for like an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I took a long break for like 2 years because I was in college and trying to graduate high school and stuff. Then I came back in 2022 and built a community outside and got affiliate within a week. And so it's almost 2 years now that I've been doing this not full time, but basically streaming consistently.
Yeah, it makes a big difference if you can stream consistently for not just yourself, but for your followers as well, I'd imagine.
Yeah, there were times where I wasn't as consistent as I would have liked, because I was working internships or I was at school, or there'd be weeks where I'm like, yeah, I'm taking an entire week off because it's finals week, and most people would understand. So yeah, but consistency is definitely a huge part of growth.
Yeah. Yeah. So what made you decide to do it in the first place?
I just had some friends who were doing it, and I was like, that's kind of cool. I want to do that too, because like I never wanted to show my face. Um, there's a few personal reasons for that, but it's also like I can be who I want to be. I can't do that in real life, okay? I can't be a fae with wings and, dragon parts in real life, unfortunately.
Well, it is.
So,
It's 2024. You still can't do that in 2024.
unfortunately not. I wish. But yeah, so the ability to just be as creative as I want and create a character that I'm able to just vibe with is super fun, and that's honestly the reason why I started.
Yeah. It did. So did you know folks who were YouTubing? Were there YouTubers that you were watching that you wanted to emulate?
One of my friends, specifically Dark Millennia, she was the one who really encouraged me to continue, despite me feeling really like down about numbers and stuff. I had started because she had started. I thought, oh, this is kind of cool. And then she got into VTubing and she started with a PNG tuber. And then I was like, I like this. This is like really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And basically I continued from there. And she was like kind of like one of the only people at the time who really was like, just do it. Who cares about the numbers? Do it. And that's the only reason why I continued.
Yeah, you're not going to start off with 1,000 people anyway.
No.
Unless you're already doing something beforehand, and if you are, then if you're popular enough to have 1,000 people, why are you doing VTubing?
Yeah.
But
no.
Here, as you said, you get a chance to kind of kind of explore what you've always wanted to do and be that, and still be yourself at the same time.
Yeah.
That's
It's definitely a huge part about it. My VTuber model looks pretty similar to myself IRL. Minus, the pointed ears, fangs, and other stuff, but the eyes are very similar. I've had blue hair before, but it does, in the official reference, fade to the brown because that's like normally what is underneath it.
Yeah.
And the skin tone is also the same as my, self in person. So I was like, I like to represent it as close as possible, with also being as unique as I want.
Now, ancient fae storyteller. So, by a storyteller, do you mean historian type of person, or like Grandpa's tall stories?
More so on the side of I'm telling a story about, myself and my people. A little bit's kind of hidden lore that I haven't shared quite yet, but there's a whole reason behind being a storyteller, because I like telling stories in real life. I like making people happy by just telling some silly stories about other things, even if they might be a real story or it might be based upon an experience I had, or it could be based upon, just something silly I've seen in a video game, and being dungeon master in D&D. So that's where it comes from. It's a mixture of a bunch of different things, but it's a lot of it relates to the fact that I genuinely like telling stories and encouraging people to just, listen.
Well, that's something that is it, not a lot of people listen these days. I mean, they might hear what you say, but they're not listening
Yeah.
sometimes, and that really makes communication in general kind of tough. In fact, I just finished an interview with a person who's been doing dungeon master stuff here recently. It's kind of funny. It turns up back to back. As I told them, I hadn't done anything in D&D for 40 years. I I was
Wow.
I was there with the first books.
That
Yeah,
is so cool.
yeah,
I've been doing D&D for like 6 or 7 years now since I was back in high school.
yeah.
Um, and it's not as long as some people, but I genuinely love Dungeons and Dragons because before I was able to play video games, my parents were very strict. I was not allowed to play games. I was not allowed to, do anything. I didn't have a Discord, nothing. So D&D was kind of my escape,
Mm.
the ability where I had the ability to, just be myself and play games with people. And then I started DMing, and that's where the whole storytelling thing came in because I could weave these stories that people loved.
Yeah.
So that's why I just genuinely loved playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah. And you can and there are always going to be a few people who try to skim around what you're trying to do as a dungeon master. Have you gotten
Hmm.
have you gotten adept at ad-libbing things to foil them?
Oh, absolutely. That is just something I do quite frequently. Especially with specific groups of people, I know for a fact that they are absolutely going to just, mess up my entire story. So either I make it they can't mess up the story, or I'll ad lib it till so they have to do what I want. I'm not planning around your insanity
That's right.
anymore.
Well, I told Cambit, the last person I talked to, I said I couldn't ever be a DM because my type of adventure would be you walk in the room and now you're transported in front of 15 brass dragons,
Oh no.
and wouldn't have to draw out a whole lot of maps on that one. But
Yeah, sounds like fun.
and let's go have pizza. Come on, we're done. No, I did it, but I had maybe I'll tell you the story after the interview. But I when I was doing it, there we had a couple of guys with IQs of about 2,000 in our party, so it was we totally tortured our dungeon master.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that's something that there were lines I was like, "All right, you've crossed the line. Enough."
Now you're in a gelatinous cube, and all your stuff is gone. So there. Um,
Yeah.
the storytelling that you do include some ASMR stuff. How did that come about? It's kind of I guess it's kind of a natural um,
Yeah.
thing, but did you when did you find out about this and when did you start doing it?
Oh God, I actually I called it ASMR because there was like sounds and stuff in the background, but it
Hmm.
was mainly voice acting. I
Right.
have moved away from it on the YouTube channel currently
Hmm.
because I am trying. I just don't have the time to record anymore. I have
Right.
a full-time job. I'm out of school now, but I don't have the time right now to record, and I wasn't enjoying it as much. I
Mm.
just didn't feel like it was content that my community was interested in. So I did hire an editor to do more Dead by Daylight content to see how that works,
Hmm.
and go from there. But the YouTube side of things is a struggle quite consistently where I'm debating on just not doing videos anymore and just shorts because they're easier
Right.
and less expensive. But I'm trying it to see if there's a way I can grow, because I genuinely do want to get monetization there and show my content to more people. But the ASMR and the voice acting was actually stuff I started back in 2020, due to actually Undertale. I loved voice acting, and how I met some of my closest friends was they asked if I was like, all right, this is cool. I watched some Undertale comic dubs on YouTube, and I wanted to continue that. So I wanted to voice act myself, and I started voice acting quite frequently. Those videos are no longer available just because I've cleaned out the channel. They're
Mm.
all unlisted or privated because was stuff I didn't want on the channel anymore. But I definitely would love to continue voice acting in the future. Um, I just would need ideas of where to start. I think that's where I kind of started getting burnt out. Is
Yeah.
what I had no concept of what to do. I didn't know what people wanted, and when I asked, nobody would really give me a straight answer. Because when you're a smaller creator, a lot of the times you don't get the answers you want
No.
until people want to watch you more.
Yeah, and they're kind of expecting you to come up with the content, and
Yeah,
no, we want to hear the surprise from you, and that's not how it works all the time. And actors in movies don't write their own lines for the most part.
yeah, and that's why I've tried looking up other scripts and stuff, and tried looking up, you know, stuff like that. But those were very short. They were like 30 seconds, and I'm like, I can't do 30-second videos. And I just was struggling. And then I was like, does anyone want to help me write stuff? And then no one really did that as like a commission thing. So it was very hard to find
Yeah,
a place to even start in the voice acting industry. And there are so many channels that just do voice acting.
right.
So I was just like, maybe I should switch to something else. And then I decided to see what I could do with the Dead by Daylight content. And if that doesn't work out, then I might just stick to clips and not do long form content and just go from there.
Well, it's a you've got a very interesting, distinctive voice, and that does make a big difference. There are
Yeah, I
you have a lot
appreciate it.
you have a lot of people who have good voices, but plain voices. And that's one thing that a lot of us radio guys have that. where we just if you give us a news script, we can read through it fine. If you give us a script with emotion and things, we're going to read it like a news script. but there are some voices that just have that something different about it that does fit a particular character. Um, that's why it's tough for sometimes to people to actually get um, particular voice gigs. I imagine just because you have to compete against other people who are trying to do that particular voice.
Yeah. And that's why when I was doing the voice acting, it was not a specific like character.
Mm-hmm.
It was just my own voice. I
Mm.
wasn't trying to please anyone. I wasn't trying to mimic a character. Um I think the only one I actually ended up doing was a female version of Dottore
Mm.
from like Genshin Impact because I love Dottore, but I knew I couldn't do a deeper voice.
Mm.
Um so that is there. It's there. It's just I haven't it wasn't one of the
Yeah.
videos that did well in my
Yeah.
opinion. It was just there kind of.
Yeah.
Like it did get 170 views, so I was pretty proud of that, but it was something that I don't know, I wasn't comfortable with.
Mm.
It's where the burnout kind of almost started, and then my content was very much mostly focused on the Twitch side of things. Um, so I'm not really sure,
Yeah.
if I want to continue that or maybe do like a Dead by Daylight video, then the voice acting, or
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. That's kind of like where I'm like right now. If I could get someone to help me edit some stuff
Yeah.
and go from there,
That's
it
the
might
thing.
help.
That's the thing. There's a lot more work behind it before people realize. It and something like that, something like a fairly long form situation. Unless you're extremely lucky, it's not going to be one take and walk away from it.
No, no,
it,
God, no.
it
It's some of those videos were about 7 or 8 hours of me recording the same lines over and over again, not feeling it.
yeah, I understand that. I mean, in the days when I was doing radio commercials, and it's not really quite the same, but we are reading somebody else's lines. There'll be something that you just don't pronounce right, or you just don't put the right emphasis on, or you play it back and just, why did I say it like that? Even a 30-second commercial can take you an hour, and it's
Yeah.
just trying to do it right for somebody else. But well, hopefully that'll perk up for you, and you hit the right. It sounds like you just need to hit the um, right area to do it.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Definitely to also hit the right audience. I
yeah,
think a lot of my earlier subscribers were there for the Undertale content, which is super understandable.
Hmm.
But eventually they kind of fell off, and I definitely have seen a drastic decrease in subscribers several times a month because I'm not posting the content that I used to. So that's just how it is. I mean that if you're not going to post the same content, people aren't going to want to watch you.
Yeah.
And there's only so much I can do. Like, I don't know what I want to do with the voice acting stuff. Like, if there maybe was somewhere I could get scripts, I would absolutely read scripts.
Hmm.
But I think that's kind of where I'm like at a lack of, do I even want to continue doing this or what?
Yeah.
So,
I think there might be a couple places where scripts are available. I don't know exactly where they are. If I find them, I'll let you know.
yeah,
Um,
I appreciate it.
yeah.
And I don't mind doing that kind of content. The temptation to start a new channel and just start posting that there is high, but I don't want to lose what I have, and I've already started a few other newer channels for
Mm,
other things, and I know how hard it is to grow, so it's like, yeah.
yeah. Well, plus you're already working hard.
Yeah, I don't need another channel, thanks.
Would you like a few more hours in the day? I can see if I can find that for you.
Yeah, that would be nice, you know?
You can use those for sleep though, rather than rather than
Please.
uh,
Oh my god.
rather than
I
working.
I run my own VTuber group. I have 3 channels I actively run on YouTube right now by
Hmm.
myself.
Yeah.
Um, I run 3 different Twitter accounts, including my own.
Wow.
One of them being for my VTuber group. I run 2 different Discord servers,
E-
one being for myself and one being for my VTuber group. I manage 6 other talents with the help of one person.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so it's a lot, and a lot of people are like, "Why do you do this?" And the whole purpose of my content creation journey is I'm not expecting to blow up.
Right.
I'm not expecting to be famous. But at the end of the day, and I've had this person came into my chat the other day and they said, I've had a really fucking long day. And I just want to come into a chat like yours where the vibes are immaculate and I could just watch you do silly things and just vibe with you because you're so much fun to watch. And that made my day. And that's what I
Yeah.
want.
That's
I want
perfect.
someone to come back
That is
at the end of the
absolutely
day.
perfect. Yeah. They come back for
A-
the person.
Exactly. And a lot of my viewers will come back for just me. And I love that. That's what that makes me a little tingly and happy inside. And the reason why I run this VTuber group is not because I want to be famous, not because I want these talents to blow up and then make me blow up, but because I want to take the stuff that I learned and give it back to them.
Mm, very
And
good.
that's specifically why I started it. I also started it because I was tired of other VTuber groups either being not real, never watching your videos when you audition, or when they make a group, that they just fall apart within 3 days and then just disappear off the face of the earth.
Right. Right.
I wanted somewhere that even if I had to leave, they would all be able to self-sustain themselves. There'd be volunteers and other people there to help them,
Yep.
and they could eventually disband the group if they choose to, but they'd be left with a ton of assets, and I just wouldn't be there 24/7 like I am now.
Yeah. No. What's that? You haven't said the name of the group yet.
Oh, my bad. It's called Project Tsunami.
Hmm.
Um, and I called it that just because it was, I'm Rainer, and I really just like the idea of ocean themed things. I'm a very much a fish guy,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. It has to
um,
do something with the water here.
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a degree in aquaculture and aquatic science, which is the spawning of fish.
Oh my gosh.
So
That is
yeah,
and no, there's no, there's nothing wrong with the climate. Everything is fine. All the fish are doing fine. Everything is just fine. Everything is burning in the
no,
background.
yeah, no, yeah. I've a lot of my chat goes that says I'm a fish sex therapist. Please help, send help.
No, it's
That
that's
is literally one of my, you know,
yeah.
clips of my channel trailer is just someone suggesting that. I'm like, okay.
All right, I'll take that. Yeah, okay, we'll see. Now, on the channel itself, what type of games are you running right now?
Oh gosh. So been obsessed with Wuthering Waves lately.
Yeah, you enjoying it?
Um, oh, it's a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun with it.
Mm,
Dead by Daylight has their 8-year anniversary. That's one of my main games I love playing. I love playing Dead by Daylight.
mm-hmm.
I did take a break from it for a bit because I was like, I want a break.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then I came back
Yeah.
and I was having a lot of fun.
Good.
I also do a little bit of Genshin on occasion. And then I did start a playthrough of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but with crowd control. But I
Oh,
did take a break from that um,
you're
because
very
I was
brave.
no one did anything except for one person who decided to take away my stamina as I was at the top of a freaking cliff.
Oh no.
And I
Uh,
was like, I hate you. And the other big thing I was doing was I had my own talk show, which was called Rainer's Rambles.
uh-huh.
And essentially it was, basically like where I let people talk about anything and everything, and we could just have a conversation for like an hour. And it was like really fun,
Oh
honestly.
yeah, that's what I love this. I mean, we're just talking. I mean, it's not really an interview. I mean, we're yeah,
Yeah.
we're just talking. And I think that a lot of people and a lot of people who try to be interviewers talk to people and want to get the answers that they already know or the answers that they believe in without listening to what the interviewee is saying, which is a terrible way to do things. Nobody's coming here to hear me. they they want to hear the old man ramble. They want to hear the guest and what you have to say. That's
Yeah.
that's really big, and I'm glad that people are doing that. Are you still keeping that show up?
Yes. So I actually had a talk show before this called VTubers versus Reality,
Uh-huh.
which I did do several episodes of. Unfortunately I had some health issues last year,
Uh-huh.
and I was unable to continue the show because I didn't know if I wasn't gonna be able to stream the days I was scheduling people because that's how bad it was.
Yeah.
Um yeah, so I unfortunately did cancel it. I did get to interview one of the people I canceled on as my first person. I was like, I feel so bad. Didn't get to interview you last time. Come to this one. Um, so yeah, absolutely. Currently right now I'm fully booked as next week for 3 days. I'm not gonna be streaming until like Wednesday because I'm going to a different state for work. I'm training at my new job, so I have to
Ooh,
leave my house, so I don't have access to anything.
stupid real
And
life.
then yeah, yeah. And then Thursday to Sunday to Monday, I'm actually going to be in Cincinnati, Ohio for Anime Ohio, thanks
Oh,
to the company I work for called Loading Crew Crafts.
yeah, I like
I do
Cincinnati.
their Twitter. That's the one I manage.
Yeah.
They have a lot of really cool anime merchandise that they do, and I asked if they would be okay with me coming over. They're like, yeah, we have some extra passes, so I'm like, yay, I get to go, and I
Yes.
get to meet some close friends there. So I'm
Yeah.
really excited.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. I like Cincinnati. Uh,
Yeah, plus my favorite thing that I got so excited about, and you can judge me as hard as you want. I love Barbie movies, but like everything pre 2012, anything after that is just no. The original Barbie movies.
You're a Barbie
The voice
snob.
Okay, the voice actress Kelly Sheridan
Yeah.
of Barbie is gonna be there, and I'm
Oh.
so excited. And we're going every day, and we're gonna sit in her panel, and she's just gonna be like, "Oh, why are these weirdos here every day?"
But they're there every day. They stare at me every day.
Yes.
No, that's that.
And we actually have some of the original CDs that when they came out, we like own them, so we're gonna bring for her to sign because
Mm.
she's the voice actress.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
She'll get a kick out of it, I imagine. Uh,
Yeah, she does voice other things than Barbie, so
yeah.
that's why my friends are excited to go as well. But I'm like, Ellie Sheridan.
Hey, talk about senpais.
Oh my god. Not in that sense, but like I really respect her as a person because she built my entire childhood. So
That's cool. That's cool. Well, it's good that you're able to do this. It really sounds like this entire thing is 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 not necessarily made for you, but you have made it for you.
yeah. No, absolutely. Content creation was definitely something that if I just jumped into and just kept pushing, I'd burn out so fast that I'd just delete everything and leave the internet. Like that was what was gonna happen. But
Yeah.
I have had so many people that have helped me on my journey, so many people that I've been able to be like that have backed me up. Like it's been because of them that I've continued. And honestly, I don't care. Again, if If I get 1 million subs tomorrow morning, I'll be like, cool.
Yeah.
I'm still going to be working my normal job. I'm
Yeah.
not quitting.
Yeah.
But if I don't blow up, I don't really care. I'm here to have fun and to spread that love of my passions to other people. That's my biggest thing.
That's absolutely cool. That's a great way to look at it. Very realistic, but you still have your goals, and those goals are very reachable. Now, one last big question for you. What is your
Yeah.
ultimate goal with your channel and all the other things that you're doing? Do you have the one big thing on the horizon?
Like numbers wise, or
No,
just like in
just a
general, or
goal
both?
with your channel. What do you want to?
Um, hmm. That's actually a hard one that I haven't really thought about, to be honest. I think my goal is that I'm able to reach as many people as I can and just make them able to just have a space where they can vibe and chill at the end of the day and not have to worry about the outside world for like a few hours. I think that's the biggest goal. I don't care if it's the YouTube, I don't care if it's the Twitch. Hell, I don't care if they're scrolling through my Twitter at my crazy retweets and posts that I do. I just want them to feel like that they have a space to just relax and enjoy themselves. And that's it.
That's a great way to look at it, and a very great goal. Rainer, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you, and I'm glad we were able to figure out a time because you're working constantly to do something one way or another.
Yeah, no, honestly, I appreciate you taking the time to interview me, especially this late at night,
Oh,
because I have been just so busy with everything going on with work that today was like my one free day for the next month.
yay! Yeah, we rolled the dice and won this time.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm so happy about that. So
Um,
thank you so much again.
well, I do appreciate everybody coming, but I do appreciate you coming on, and let folks know that there is a channel there that folks can come in, chill, enjoy themselves, watch the antics that Rainer's got going on. We're gonna have the links in the description for the interview here on the YouTube channel. And again, Rainer, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.